Hi everyone and welcome to the first video of 2023. I hope you've all had a great holiday. I'm starting the first project with this rather ugly wooden box lid. I've actually used the box in another project. Sometimes I like to do that, go to the thrift store, get something that no one else will buy and give it a makeover at home. So I have done this off camera. I've added a chain so we can hang it, but I'll just quickly walk you through how I did it. Starting off, I've taken my small scissors, these are sharp, and I've made a hole in my wood, just twirling my scissors around like this. Once you have the hole, take your nails. The one that I'm using, let me just grab it, is a hoop, small hoop. I don't know what you call these, I can't remember, but these are what I'm using. So I've taken 2 of these, and then I placed them through the holes that I created in the wood. So you're going to just screw them through all the way. And then you want a chain. You can recycle old jewelry, or this was a belt that used to hang on one of my jeans when I was like 13. I do not know how I still have this. I take care of my things very well apparently. But yeah, I just took my pliers and I took a piece off. These have all got stars on, but it did have this piece here. So I took those off, and as these were screwed inside, I then took my pliers to open up the hoop just a very small amount, and then I took my chain and slid that through, you can see there, and that's how you get this hanging chain. Next you're going to want a mirror. I'm using a small round mirror, and this is going to cover this area here, and depending on what you're working on, you can have a frame, you can just have a piece of wood. If you're looking for a mirror, you can get these for 50p and just remove this circle part here and place it there. So I'm going to glue this in place, and you can use whatever glue you want. I use hot glue. It is not as strong maybe for a project like this, so you can play around with what you think is stronger. E6000 is a good option. And you're going to place that right in the center like that. Hold it down so that it can set. And now for the fun part, which is decorating the box. I'm going to be using reindeer moss, and I'm going to be using several colours. So you're going to need a lot of moss for this project. You're also going to need a lot of hot glue. Just getting started by applying my hot glue on the frame, and just go one area at a time because hot glue just sets really fast. I really love adding nature to my projects and bringing the outdoors in. Just gives a little bit of life to your room. I also really like whimsical projects, and I do tend to work on a smaller scale, but you can go as big as you want. It just takes up less room and I just find it cuter. I also really like aesthetic, whimsical and also mid-century decor. But I don't always just stick to one style. I do like to mesh it all together sometimes. So you can see sometimes my projects will be a mishmash of several styles in one. But let me know what kind of style you like to decorate your home with. So I'm just going to carry on and fast forward this, because all there is to it really right now is just sticking the moss down. Okay, so I've just finished decorating my mirror off camera. This was a butterfly. I haven't stuck anything down. This is a butterfly 3D one. You can just print them out and layer it yourself. And then I used some of these real gemstones, which I've had for the longest time. I think I got it from like a museum or something. This here is from this pack. I got it from China. I just ordered them off eBay or Amazon, and they come like this. They've got lots of different designs on. Otherwise, again, you can just print something on some card yourself. I've also used some of these glass pebbles. I've got these iridescent ones, but it didn't look nice. I didn't like them, so I was searching for ones that actually were just glass and didn't have that shimmery finish to them. I felt like it was just taking away from it. So you can see the gemstones there. I've shown you that, the butterfly. I've also added in a little key. These are some embellishments and a lock. This actually came in a pack, and I'm just going to stick everything down with my hot glue. This was off a wind chime. Again, I just cut it off with my pliers, and I thought that would look lovely hanging there. I am so happy with how this came out. It really is me to the T. It's got me smiling. I really love it. I've got it hanging on my door, as you can see, and now it's inspiring me to just make more magical things. I want to turn this whole door into like a secret garden. I think all of the elements came together so beautifully. It also reminds me of Alice in Wonderland. I love to hear from you, so let me know what you think in the comments below. The second DIY, I've taken a stone and I've actually spray painted it, which is a little bit funny because the spray paint that I use is a pebble texture, and I really just wanted this colour. This ignore, we're going to be covering that anyway. And then I'm going to be taking one of these. This is actually a watering garden stake, and I'm going to use this as a terrarium. I love building terrariums. It's definitely one of my favourite things to do. I really love that it has its own ecosystem and it's just so easy to maintain. It really just looks after itself. So this isn't flat, as you can see, that's why I'm using the stone, but I think it's just going to look so lovely together and just give it a gorgeous contrast. So I'm going to start off just by sticking that on, using my hot glue on the base, and just hold it, ensuring it's had enough time to set. So when it comes to building a terrarium, the first thing you need, this is actually a kit that I got, and I got it from the thrift store again, but what you want is just some gravel or stones. I love that these are tiny because I'm really working with a miniature size right now. So we're going to pour that in there. And then the next thing after your gravel is activated charcoal. This is optional, it just keeps your terrarium fresh. And then next you need your soil. I'm going to just be using this, which is coconut fibre. Once you have your soil in, you want to take some moss or any plant that you want to use. Moss is a great start if you are a beginner. I tend to like to add moss and fern as well. So I'm going to try to stuff this inside. This I actually just collected myself. So if you don't want to pay for moss, you can find them. I usually say this in parks, in woodlands. Just go foraging, and I'm going to just take a straw to slip that through. Just like that. Now I'm just pushing through a little plant to finish off my terrarium, and now I'm just going to mist it one spray because this is so small, or maybe even half a spray, and tidy it up. If you are really bad with plants, then try a terrarium. Honestly, you can't go wrong. It's very, very easy. And like I said, it just adds that bit of life to your room or to your home. And if you're still feeling intimidated, then just use moss alone. And then for the final DIY, really nice and simple, you can use an elephant, any kind of animal or object. I'm going to be using this because I really like mid-century. I got this from Zadil, and I also am going to be using this. This is just a tea light holder. They're really cheap. I got this from Wilko, and I'm going to just use hot glue to stick that on, and that's just going to be a really nice trinket holder. You can put a plant on here. You can use it as a candle holder as well. So I'm just going to add a drop of hot glue there. Not too much, this is really pretty small already, and stick that down in the centre. So as I always say, take the inspiration. If you don't like mid-century, you can go with anything. This is just an example. I have an elephant here. I was actually considering using that instead, but always grab these little mirrors like I used in the first DIY, and tea light holders like this. They just come in so handy. You can do a lot with them when it comes to upcycling and craft projects. When I first got this statue, I just ordered it and I didn't know what I was going to do with it. I felt like it was pretty small on its own, but take two objects, stick them together, and you've got something a lot more useful. So that's it for today. Which one is your favorite? If you like content like this, make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.